Welcome to today's show and tell. Today we're talking to Corrado DeSantis, who works as an agile coach at Lloyds Bank. And Corrado, you're here to show us a game today called Agile SWOT, I believe.
Yes, I believe so. Yes. Okay, what can we tell as an introduction of this game? Okay, this is a solo game. Okay, it's called, let me, just because I'm working on the name, okay. It's called Agile SWOT. Okay, so a little bit of story about this game. So this game started as a power of Agile, and I want to show how Agile actually can help a team that at the moment is not using Agile, but that eventually in future they would like to use it. So they are in, let me say, in the middle of the journey to understand if Agile can be a solution to their problems. Okay, so this is the, let me say, the situation, the scenarios where we are. And okay, I have a group of testers around the world that actually play my alpha and beta games, okay? And following the first round of feedback, when the first version of the game has been released as an alpha, we realized that actually there could be something more realistic, actually. This was the first feedback, the first great feedback that I received. And the second one was that, okay, that's fine, but you are thinking about this game because you know Agile. So you can play the game given your Agile mindset. So we should think something that should be easier for someone that has no idea what Agile is. Okay. And so thinking in this direction, actually, the power of Agile became a SWOT analysis of Agile. Okay, SWOT analysis is a tool, it's a traditional tool in project management that is used when you have to take a decision, a generic decision. Okay, so you have a matrix where you have strength, opportunities, weakness, and threats. Okay. And so when you have to take a decision, all the different options are like sticky notes that you can place in the different areas of this bidimensional matrix, okay? And so we realized that actually the cards that were designed in the first version of the game were covering 3 of these 4 areas. And so we can actually adapt the game, the Power of Agile version of the game, to a game where actually you are using the SWOT analysis to play the game. And so the game became Agile SWOT. Now, the big improvement is not because we actually have realized that we have added a new dimension. The improvement is that SWOT analysis is something that people that doesn't know about Agile knows.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. So when I'm talking about the strength, a normal project manager, a common project manager has an idea what a strength is. Same for a threat, okay? So we organized the card following these 4 dimensions. Actually, the mechanics didn't change a lot from the original version. Clearly, we had a different set of cards because this game is organized in 4 different decks that are mixing together. Each deck is 12 cards, and each of the cards has some effect, has a different mechanics, actually, each of the cards. Okay, so we have to design a different mechanics for the first dimension, but actually the idea was pretty clear. So what very easy to move this to this second version of the game. So we had a second round of testing, and the game was really challenging in this version. There is a reason for that. Okay, you will when I will show the game, you will realize that actually there are a lot of negative cards in the deck because some of the positive cards are always available. Okay, but however, when you pick the new cards in the deck, you will find a lot of problems every time. So to simplify the game, and again, to add another component that was in the feedback in the first round, that was the team participation in this. Okay, so okay, you are playing the game as a project manager, for example. Okay, but this game is impacting on the team, and the response of the team actually may change the dynamic of the game. Okay, so we had the opportunity to add a fifth small deck that was how the team actually may respond to this change. Okay, and they were all positive cards actually. And so this will simplify the game. And we'll add also another possibility, that is maybe you can decide to play the game for coaching, considering that the team is not supporting the change. Okay, so without these cards, and showing how it could be difficult for a coach to make the transformation without the support of the team. And instead playing another game, another round of the game, with the support of the team, and to show how the team actually can make the difference in the game. Okay, so this will give, as a coach, as a facilitator, the opportunity to play different scenarios, maybe adding just a few of the cards, not all of the cards, and what else. Okay, so we arrive at this version that actually is the actual version of the game. I would say the final version of the game, or better, the first version that actually can be deployed to the market, because it's a complete game now. I will not say that is the final version, because I mean there are some suggestions still in the backlog that maybe can improve the game. But again, I really would like to promote the game and to start increasing the audience, to collect more feedback, and to have more, let me say, elements to drive the direction of the improvement, given the feedback that I received from a large population, and not just from the dozen of testers that I have around the world. Okay, so that's why I think it's a good time to play the game. And you know that when I'm releasing the game, actually, everyone that is taking the game now will have also the updates in the year when they will be available. Okay, so it's a way to keep the connection with all the facilitators and the players that are using my game. So this is just an introduction of the game.
Cool.
Okay.
Yeah.
There is a virtual version of the game that you can play on screen top. So I will share the screen and I can show you how the game is working.
Okay, cool. Remind me at the end to do an introduction, because we haven't done an introduction.
Yeah, I can pause it. You can make the introduction.
Yeah.
So you can.
No, it's fine. It's fine. I'll do it at the end. Okay.
So this is the online version of the game. The dynamic is exactly the same. Okay, the game has been designed to be played physically with the cards. Okay, so I have physical cards.
Yeah.
And in this platform, this is a platform that I use for all of my games. Actually, it's a platform for virtual board games. It's not let me say, a mural or mirror. It's a board game simulation platform. Okay, so you will see that there are some features that you can see here. You see the different version of the game, for example. Okay. Okay, so the game, this is the game. Okay, so the game is, again, I repeat, it's a solo game that can be played by a single person, or more effectively by a team. Okay, so the team can take the decision in the different, let me say, turning point of the games. It's a round game, so every round you have to take some decisions. Okay. However, here you can see the fifth deck, actually. So let me briefly explain how the decks are working. So here you have the strength. Okay, strength. It's something that actually I didn't invent. Anything of these cards has been invented by myself. Okay, here, for example, I have applied 4 of the essential skills defined by the Agile Coaching Institute to coach Agile teams. So if you go to the Agile Coaching Institute, you will see that the 4 main skills for a coach are teaching, mentoring, coaching, and facilitation. Okay. So these are the cards. Each of the cards you see has a cost that is given by this square. So let me zoom. Okay, 1 second. Okay.
Yeah.
And each of the cards can give an impact points that you can use to deliver your work. Okay, so for example, this card that is teaching level 2 can give 2 points that you can use to do your activity.
Okay.
And you can see there is a text, there is an image, just reminding, okay? And just to show you the difference, yes, I have to enter 1 second. Just to show the difference, you have, for example, here, level 1 of teaching, you see as a cost of 1, but actually this is the starting point, and as 1 impact point for that.
Yeah.
Okay. So these are the strengths, and you can use to do your actions. Okay. Let's see the other 4 decks. Aside of the strengths, you have opportunities. Okay. So this again is an example of the opportunity. Okay. Here. Okay. You have collaboration, leadership, and what else. Again, I didn't invent this opportunity. These are taken from my previous game, that is the Agile Mind, that has exactly these 6 dimensions that are autonomy, mastery, and purpose, collaboration, leadership, and environment. Okay, so I'm using exactly the same because it was very, let me say, also the people that played the game find them very helpful to understand, okay, if we want to invest something, where we want to invest. Okay, so these are the 6 opportunities. Okay, you can see that the opportunities as a cost that you can find here in this square. Okay, and then each of the cards actually has a different mechanic. So, for example, the opportunities as this as a immediate impact point that you can have even if you are not paying the whole cost of the card. Okay, for example, that is 5 points. So you can use, let me say, this point for other activities. And this makes sense because sometimes when you are coaching a team, you are not investing a lot of time to explain all the points about the leadership, but maybe you are doing something very focused about the leadership that may help you as a coach to achieve something else, okay? That is not really maybe related to the leadership, but it's related to maybe a solution of a threat or something else, okay? So this is the immediate advantage, and this is the cost. And then the opportunity has an effect, a sort of a positive side effect, that when you actually develop the card, paying in this case 5 points, you see, you may have also, you can use the ability of another opportunity that you have in progress for free. Okay, so this is a sort of ripple effect given by the card. And all the opportunities has a ripple effect. And this ripple effect is different for each of the card. Okay, so these are the positive cards. So let's start talking about the negative cards. So what is going to happen when you are coaching a team to Agile that actually are getting you slower? Okay, so for example, you have weaknesses. And again, given my experience, but I was inspired by many articles that you can find on LinkedIn and other sources. I have identified a few, in this case, weaknesses. So, for example, the processes that are too bureaucratic, too slow, for example, the lack of sponsorship by the executive or by the BU leaders that actually should support the coach in the change, and also how the organization is organized, actually. So you have a very siloed organization where creating an end-to-end process, it's really hard because there are a lot of handoffs and what else. So you have these different weaknesses. Again, each of the weakness has a negative effect. Okay, so in this case, for example, if you cannot solve, you have to pay -1, -2. They are all impact points. Okay, and how you can solve the weaknesses? With the strength. So if you think about, for example, siloed organization, in this case, you need at least a level 2 of teaching to solve this card. If you don't have this level 2 of teaching, that is one of the strengths, actually, you cannot solve this card. So this card will stay in your work in progress, or maybe you can decide to delay this card to the future, but you have to pay to delay, to remove from your actual backlog. And so you have different examples of these weaknesses. And finally, you have the really, really terrible cards that are threads. These are really, really strong blockers. Okay, so they have a cost to be solved. Okay, you can see here in the square. But the problem with the threads is that if you are not in the position to solve them, they will stay in your work in progress. So you cannot decide to delay. So the effect of that is that you increase your work in progress. So think about, for example, a bug in production, okay? That is the poor quality threads. If you are not solving this bug, actually it's always there. Same for a dependency, that is another typical blockers in when you are scaling, particularly the organization and try to change the ways of working across different teams. Dependency is a blocker. And if you want to remove, if you decide not to remove it, okay, you cannot, you will always have it. You cannot remove it, let me say, by design. You have to solve the problem, okay?
Yeah.
And the threads has also the characteristic that you can see here, that actually they can age. And when they age, they have a ripple effect that actually is a negative ripple effect. So for example, an external dependency, after 4 rounds, create a situation when you can, you see, then delay 3 cards already done. So something that you have moved to the done part of the backlog that in theory should be fixed,
comes back,
went back to the original part of the backlog. So you have still to solve that. Okay. Finally, the 5th deck is the team behavior, as I say, so how the team can participate. And you can see there are different cards. For example, you see the adoption of a metric, creation of a chapter, an experiment culture, adding innovation and what else. And each of these cards has a positive effect. So for example, you see team souls for free, this card, and add impact point as per your level of coaching. Okay, so your level of coaching actually get twice of the impact points that normally have. That's because the team created a chapter of skills and competencies into the organization, okay? So these are the decks of the available. Sarah, if something is not clear, please let me know. Okay?
Yeah, I'm all right so far.
Okay, so what I'm doing now is that I'm creating a single deck with all of these 4 different decks. And I want to shuffle them all together. Oops. Okay. So I'm shuffling. You see, as I said, this is a platform for simulating games. So you can shuffle the deck, you can flip the cards and what else, okay? Now let's spend some time to describe the players area. Okay, so the players area is made in this way, okay? Okay, and it's made in this way. You have your current strength here. Okay, so you're starting with level 1 of all of the 4. Then you have your future, your improvement of the strengths that are on the top. Okay, so you can improve your strength. Then you have the in progress part, that is this area that you can see. And actually you see that this part is limited. So there are 8 slots that you can use. So if in any condition you will have more than, you require more than 8 slots, you are losing the game. Again, this is a message for the coaching that sometimes tends to, let me say, delay things and keep them without solving.
Yeah.
Okay. And okay, this is not a good approach. I mean, limiting the whip is one of the mantra of the agile mindset.
Yeah.
Okay? So let's focus, maybe do something to delay, but not keep in progress. Okay, so you have to work in this way. And this is the area where all the delayed card will be stored temporarily, you will see. And actually the flow of the work is that you will take the cards from the to-do part, that is this one, to do, okay? Then move the cards in the in-progress slots, using your strengths and some of the cards that are in progress. You can consume the cards and move them to closed, in done or resolved, or maybe in delayed. So the flow of the game is to move the cards from the to-do to closed, eventually in delayed. Okay?
Right. Okay.
So another mechanic in the game is that when you complete this deck and you have cards in delay, okay, the delayed deck actually will become the new to-do, but with the addition of 4 cards that you have already done. Okay, so another requirement to, let me say, not to lose the game and to continue to play is that you need at least to release something put in done during one of the when you consume the deck. Again, this is another message for coaching a team. I mean, you have to keep in mind that there should be some results after some time. Okay, on the contrary, if you continue to coach the team without any success, without achieving any change in the behavior, actually you are not doing your job properly. Okay, so you have to move in done. Okay, I'm telling this because there are some let me say, players that actually are focusing on improving their skills and not in delivering. Okay, but this is not good for the team, I mean, because the team are investing their own effort also to improve it. Okay. So this is the dynamic of the game. If you are okay, I can show you how the game will work. Normally, a session will last between 20, but less than 30 minutes. Okay. One whole session. Okay, but this will be longer because I want to explain what I'm doing. Okay. So let's start the session. So let's pick 4 cards and we put in 4 slots, in the first 4 slots, and then we flip the card. Okay, so this is the first round. Okay, so you see we have a team behavior that can give you some advantage. You see the level of facilitation, the facilitation actually is doubling the value. Then we have an opportunity, we have 2 opportunities, and then we have a weakness.
Okay.
The weakness requires a level 2 of teaching that we don't have because we are at the beginning of the game. Okay. So we have to pay to delay this card, and this is mandatory. Okay. So you had a question, Sarah, maybe?
No, I'm just trying to sort of work through. So what I'm trying to do here is look at those 4 cards and work out in what order I can combine them, their powers and their to move as many things as I can into solved and done. Is that correct?
Correct. This is exactly the point. But let me say, it's not easy. Let me organize in this way because we have the opportunity together closer. Okay. So the opportunity, both of the opportunities has a cost of 5. Okay. And this opportunity you see as this symbol here. So actually the level of teaching double for these cards and for this and also for these cards. Okay. So if you're using to pay these 5 points teaching, the level is twice. Okay. That is exactly this card here. Okay. Instead, this one, as I said, to be solved required a teaching level of 2. So we cannot solve it. So we have to pay 1 point, 1 impact point here. Now the problem here is that we have 4 points here. Okay. And because this is the initial level. So we could decide, just to tell you the opportunity, to use this point here, for example. Okay. That is the temporary point that lets you delay the collaboration together with these 4 points to solve this card, for example, because the 5 points can be 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Okay. Or maybe using this to solve these cards. Okay.
Okay.
And so we will solve some, we will, let me say, we will move one of these cards in done. So we will close one of these two cards. But actually, this is not really possible because we need to pay one of the points for this. This is mandatory. Okay.
Yeah.
So we don't have capacity in this round to solve one of these, any of this. So what we could do is that we can use, for example, one of these cards here, this point here, to delay this card. Okay, so we are using this. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
And then we have these 4 points, and actually we have a facilitation that can double with that. So actually we have 5 points. So what we could do is that we can use all of these cards here together with this that let us to duplicate the impact points of facilitation to have 5 points and then close this card. Make sense?
Okay. Yep. Yep.
So these cards will move here. This will move here because it's solved. Okay. This card has been delayed and moved here.
Okay. Yep.
And this also, we are using this, the 1 point, so this also is delayed. Okay, so this is the end of the round.
Okay. Yep.
Okay.
Yep.
So we can move to the next round.
Okay.
In the meantime, we have delivered something. Okay. And so let's see what is the situation. Okay, we have, oops, sorry. So let me switch again the position, just to tell you, to show you. Okay, we have 1 thread, 1 weakness, and 2 opportunities. Okay, the weakness requires a level 2 of mentoring. Okay, so again, what is the message here? The message is that, okay, you have to deliver, but you should also be very careful in increasing your strength, because the weaknesses cannot be solved only with, let me say, the cards that you have in progress. You need strength, okay, level 2 or level 3. And in this case, this card here, if we are not, let me say, solving, as a cost of 2 to be delayed.
Yeah, okay.
But you see that we have a new icon here. You have this black rounded, rotated square, okay? That is exactly this one. This is a message that is telling you that actually you can decide not to delay this card, but to keep in the work in progress. But clearly, in progress, they will occupy one of the slots.
Yeah.
Okay. But this could be okay. I mean, it's a decision that you as a team or as a coach or as a project manager, you can decide not to work on the siloed organization. Okay, let's see this in reality. So what we can do here is that we would like to invest our capacity to improve our strength, for example. Okay, so if you see, we have 1 point here, 1 point here, and then we have 4 points here. So actually we have in total 6 points that we can invest in our improvement. And this means that we can improve one of our strengths in this way. Okay. So we decide, for example, to improve, you see, mentoring, because here we have level 2 of mentoring. So we want to improve level 2 of mentoring. And another one can be facilitating. Okay. So what we have done here is that we have made this, we have used this card here and these 3 cards here. Okay. So this is the action that we have done.
Yeah.
Okay. So we want to keep this, but we are pretty sure that we will solve the siloed organization in the next round. And then we have the poor quality, that is a bug in production that we have, maybe, that is still there, and we didn't invest anything in that. Okay, so we see also the effect of aging a threat. Okay, so again, let's teaching 1, autonomy and purpose will be delayed. Then we have facilitating, coaching, and mentoring. But actually, mentoring will move to level 2. And facilitating also will move to level 2.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
So this is the new situation. So we have increased our skills, okay? And now what we have to do at the end of the round, at the beginning of the following round, we have to update the status of the thread. Because you see this icon means that this thread actually is aging. And so what is going to happen is that this is tapped.
Okay.
And in this position, the thread will occupy 2 slots. So this is the situation that we are starting with in the next round.
Okay.
So we have to pick 4 new cards.
Oh dear.
We are very close. Okay, this is the last slot. But again, it's not really critical because we know that siloed organization will be solved.
Yeah, yeah.
Because we now have the level 2 of mentoring. Now, the big problem is that in this round, we had a lot of threads.
We do, don't we? All the
And
same threat.
That's really, really critical. That's really, really critical. Okay. Okay, because we have to I think we are losing this round. Okay, now, as our capacity, we have 2, 4, 5, 6.
6.
So we have the capacity of 6. So what we can do is that we can remove 2 of them.
Yeah.
And then let's see the next round. So let's assume that we move the work in progress, this one. Okay. So we have used anything. So we have this card here. Okay. Now the situation we have done this round. So in the next round, we have to update the status of the thread. So this rotates and is moving here. This rotates and is moving here. Now this rotation is in 2 rounds. So actually this is the status of this card. Okay.
Okay. Why did that one go round twice?
Because you see the icon is
because of the symbol.
Yeah, the icon is different. Let me zoom so everyone that is. So this is 2 rounds, you see. Instead, this is 4
instead
rounds.
of 4. Yeah. Yeah.
Okay. So let me say we are just at the limit because now with the new round, we are picking 4 cards.
Ooh, yeah.
We are just here, no contingency at all. Okay, so let's see what is going to happen. Okay.
This doesn't look good, Rado.
Doesn't look so good.
It doesn't, does it?
So good. Also because here, if you look at this card, the poor quality, you see that when this will complete the 4 rounds, you will lose 1 level of your strength. Okay, so this is really, really critical. But unfortunately, this is 8 points, and we don't have 8 points because also if we are in the, so we have this, okay, let's see these cards. So we need level 2 of facilitating, and we have, luckily.
Oh, that was lucky.
Then we need level 2 of mentoring, and we have it, luckily.
That was lucky.
So this has no cost. Good. So we have this that let us duplicate the level of coaching.
Okay. So that's 1 at the moment, isn't it? Yeah.
Then we have another weakness, level 2 of coaching that we don't have. So actually we have 2.
So we've got 7 points in total.
7 points. So we cannot solve the poor quality card. Okay.
Yeah.
But what we can do here is that we can use 5 of our points to solve this because this requires 5 points.
Yeah.
And then we have 2 points to delay this card that has a cost of 2. Okay. Yeah. So the effect of that is that this card will move into done. This card will move into delay. This card will move into solved. Okay.
Yeah.
And now we need to update this card and this card. Okay, so let's see what is going to happen. This card is rotating and occupy 2 slots. This card actually is rotating and arrive at the edges. And so, you see that the effect, when aged, then take 1 card from to do and put in progress.
Okay.
So this is the effect. Okay.
Okay. Yeah.
Now we are in the new round and we still have to pick 4 more cards. So we are still at the limit.
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Swarming's good though, isn't it?
Yeah, it's good. Let's see also Laco. No, this requires
that's
level
not good.
3 of facilitating. This is not good. Okay, but that's a cost of 3. So maybe we can deal in some way. Then we have autonomy. And then we have environment. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, that was interesting because you see here the effect of this card. When done, you may close for free another card in progress with a cost of 3 or lower. And these cards
We could get rid of technical debt.
Yeah, exactly. Or maybe, yeah, one of these. And these cards let us to duplicate the value of the teaching. Okay. So the cost of that is, for example, these are 2 points because we are duplicating. Then we have 4 and 5. So we can make it this, and then we can solve also this one, for example. Okay, we can see what is the effect. Delay 1 thread already done. When aged, 1 card from in progress to do. Okay, but they are just at the beginning. So the effect of these cards will happen not in the next round, but in the next round. Okay? Then we have these 2 points here for facilitating. And then we have here another point, but unfortunately we have this. So we need to use this point to delay this card. And actually we have, okay, you see, then solve for free at 3 points to close a thread. So actually using this card, we can close this thread.
That's good. Yeah.
Okay. So actually in this situation, we are losing 2 points of facilitating, but you see, actually we are doing something because we are delaying this. We have done this. We have done this.
Yeah.
We solved this and we have done this.
That's good.
Okay. Makes sense of the dynamic of the game.
Yeah.
Okay, so this will evolve.
And that's now aged completely, hasn't it?
And now aged completely. That means that we lose 1 hour strength.
Right, let's go for facilitating.
Yep. So let's move to facilitating. Let me find the facilitating one. Okay. And here we are with a new round. 1, 2, 3, 4. I expect some positive cards at the moment, okay? Because, I mean, okay, let me try to explain why we have so many cards negative. Because these are 4 decks of 12 cards, okay?
Yeah.
But one of the decks is the strength that actually is not in the in this deck here. So actually you have...
So you've got twice as many negative cards in your...
Exactly. So every 3 cards, 2 of them are negative.
Yeah.
Or you have the team behavior, okay? Okay, so let's see. So we have a weakness here, level 2 of coaching, and we don't have. Here we have level 2 of facilitating.
Oh, sorry.
But
I got rid of
level
it.
3 of coaching, and we don't have. So we have this one that has a cost of 3, and still we have this one. So
oh dear,
this is not good because
no, it's not, is it?
Okay, let's try to do something. Okay, so what we can do, let me just switch these 2 cards, okay? So to delay these cards, I need 2 points. So I can use this one here. Okay, so I have to delay this one. So I have 3 cards here. So I can decide, let's assume that we keep this in progress. I can decide to use these 3 cards here to solve this card.
Yeah.
Or maybe exactly like we did, to upgrade the level 2 of facilitating and then solve this card in the next round. Exactly like we did before.
Mm-hmm.
So let's move facilitating in progress so we can use these 3 cards here. Okay, just to explain a little bit the rule.
Yeah.
If you have all the 8 slots occupied, you cannot improve, because to improve, you need to move. Let me say, you have to put in progress your improvement.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So if all the slots are already occupied,
you have to be trained or whatever. Yeah.
Exactly. So you have to spend time on that. Okay.
Yeah.
If all the slots are occupied, you cannot make them. Okay. In this case, we can make it. Okay. So as a final action of the round, we have delayed this one. Then we have mentoring, teaching, and coaching. And facilitating actually is improved. This is the situation. Okay. Now, in the next round, the poor quality will occupy 2 slots. 1, 2, 3, 4.
Oh, so it can age more than once. It doesn't disappear once it's aged. It just keeps going.
Sorry. I don't know if you said that, but actually this is also aging.
Yeah. So so it can just carry on aging.
Yeah. Until you will not fix it. Yeah.
Okay, that makes sense.
Yeah, this is exactly the reality, unfortunately,
Yeah.
poor life, I would say. Okay, so again, we have a lot of threads here. Let's see the weakness here. Level 2 of teaching. Maybe not.
Nope.
But we have level 2 of facilitating. Okay, so this will move here. Then we have the mastery here. Your capacity, the effort is to increase capacity of 3 impact points if we want to solve it. And could be helpful, actually, because we can use to, okay, what we can do, what I will do is that I will use these 3 points to solve this card that will add 3 points that I will use to solve this card.
Okay.
Okay, then I have these 3 points. Again, I can decide to solve the switching priority. Okay. Or I can decide to improve, and I would like actually to improve at level 2 of coaching. Yes, I can, because I solved this actually, so I can make it, yes, because I have a slot free here. Okay, and so I'm using this here. Okay, so this is the situation. So this is done, and this is done. This is done. This is done. This will stay. Coaching, move here. Okay. Then we have this one. This is rotating. This is rotating. And this is. Okay?
Yep.
So it's better than before, because finally we have 1 slot free. Okay, so let's
they
see.
look good. Oh no.
Yeah, let's see. Level 3 of mentoring, not really good, but however. And then we have, okay, then we have level 2 of teaching. We made this mistake.
We should have become better teachers.
Yeah, it was a mistake. Now you cannot, because you have already invested in improve your coaching. Anyway, let's see. Okay, here you can double your facilitating level, that is 2. The effort when done, you may increase of 5 impact points your capacity to close threads. So this is really interesting because this is 5 points. And then I have, you see, 5 points that I can use to close a thread. So
that's like a freebie.
Yeah, so 5. Yes, I can, because I can use this to delay this one. And I can use this plus the 5 that I have here to close this one.
Hang on. Surely you haven't got 5 though, have you?
Yeah, because here, okay, I've invested, you see, 5 points is the cost, but I can duplicate facilitating here.
Oh, right,
so
right.
2, 4, 5. So this is
done.
It's closed.
Yeah.
Even that is closed, you increase of 5 impact points. So I will use the 5 impact points here together with these other 4. So actually they are 9, but it's okay. I will make it. And I'm using this point here to delay the lack of sponsorship. Okay. So the final effect of that is that lack of sponsorship will be delayed together with the leadership. This is done. This is done. Finally. And they will stay here. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, so this is completing the aging. And so the effect is when aged, then delay the top card into do. Means that I have to take this card here.
Yeah.
Sorry. And okay, I have to delay it. In this case, I have to close it. No, I have to delay it. Okay,
you have to delay it. Yeah.
Yeah. And then this is evolving, and this stays here. Okay. We need level 2 of teaching. So let's keep in mind. These are the new 4 cards. Okay, let's see the weakness, level 3 of teaching. Okay, then we have mastery. When done, you may increase your capacity of 3 impact points. So actually, you can done this for free. This is the effect. When done, you may use ability of another opportunity in progress, even if not done.
Right, we want to do that one first then, don't we?
Yeah, and actually we have to keep in mind this. So let's make this approach. So, okay, so I will use this to make it. This let us double the mentoring level. So this is 4 points. And okay, I cannot overlap too much. Okay, so I'm using this here, for example. The effect is that I can use the ability of another opportunity in progress.
Yeah.
And I decided to use
mastery.
The mastery that gives us 3 points more. And I want to use these 3 points just on mastery.
Yeah.
So I have 3 points more that I can use to improve my teaching.
Okay.
Because I have oh, wow. Okay, I have 3 and 2, so I can use this to close this one. Make sense?
Yep.
Okay, so this is done. Actually, I think we forgot this card.
Yeah, I think we did.
Okay, so I close this. I close this.
I think it's because you moved the screen.
Yeah, because I have okay, now I can make it in some way, because I mean I have our faces above the deck of done. Okay, but now I move it and I can see that. Okay, so this has been delayed. This is here, this is here, this is here, this is here, this has been delayed. and nothing else.
Yeah.
Okay, so this is rounding, and so it's okay. This is rounding, and actually this is completing. So that delay the top card into do.
Uh-huh. Oh
Okay.
dear. That would
And
have been
these are
nice to have that
positive.
one.
And then we have to age this one. So this is the situation at the moment. So we have just the slot. 1, 2, 3. Okay. Now the deck of to do it's over. Okay. So what is going to happen is that because we have cards in delayed,
Yep.
we need to shuffle the to do deck. Okay, we are shuffling. Okay. And then we have to pick 4 cards from the done, put together with the delayed, shuffle, and move into do.
Okay.
Okay?
Yeah.
So we need to pick the 4th card, and then, okay?
Yeah.
Okay, so we have this. Okay, we have we can add the level of teaching given the usage of metrics.
1.
Then this is level 2 of teaching that is still there. Okay, we have to close stuff here. There is no point because use the ability of another opportunity. You may close for free the next card in to do. So this is not helping at the moment. So I want to use the temporary points. So there's 2 points here. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
To remove something from the backlog. This is what I want to do. So let me do this and this and this. These are 3 points.
Mm-hmm.
Then this is the level of teaching that is 1. So actually,
do I not have to pay the 5 points to get the 1 point from leadership? No. Have I misunderstood?
no, because I want to use this as a temporary. Not,
okay.
I don't want to close this card. I want to use the immediate impact points. That is
okay.
Then I have this one. Again, I want to use here this one together with this one. So they are 3 points. And then I want to check the effect. So this is delay top card into do, delay thread card already done. No, I prefer to invest in that. So these are 3 other points.
Yeah.
Okay, there is this point that I'm not using. Okay, I'm losing this. Okay, so this is done. This is delayed. This is done. This is done. This is delayed. This is solved. And these are my 4 levels of strength.
Cool.
Okay, so next round, this is aging. This is still here. And now we have 4 cards. Okay, let's see. Actually, there is 1 card of poor quality. So we already solved it, but actually when we take the 4 cards from the done, actually we pick one of them. So lucky guys, we are lucky. Anyway.
Oh dear.
Let's see this one. Level 2 of coaching. Yes.
Yes, we do.
Okay, I don't think we have a capacity to solve this one. Let's see. No. No. No, not helping. This is the level 2 of teaching still there. Okay. I understand. I want to improve teaching. Okay, fine. So I want to improve teaching. So I want to invest here 3 points. 1, 2, and 3. Then I have 6 points here. So I can decide to improve the coaching that are 5 points to move to level 3. So these are 6 points. Okay, I'm losing 1 point, but in this way I can make it. Okay?
Yeah.
I'm doing this. Now I have the level 2 of teaching. Good. So this will stay here. This is moving here, and instead this one is moving here. Autonomy has been delayed. And then we have coaching level 3, facilitating and mentoring. And leadership has been delayed. Okay?
Yeah.
So now the pain point is that this card here is turning. This card here is impacting. So delay the top card into do. That is this one. So it go to delay. So it will come back again. 4 cards. Again, we are at the limit of our work in progress. You see how we are always close to the limit.
Yeah, yeah.
Level 2 of teaching. Oops. Okay. Clearly, when you improve your skills, the weaknesses are less impacting because they're more solid. This is level 3 of facilitating. Okay, let's see this one. 1 card in delay. 3, the next card in to do. Okay. Level 2 of teaching, this is done. Okay, good. Okay. So, for example, we can use 1 point here to delay the lack of sponsorship. Then we have 2, 4, 7.
Yeah.
So what I will do is that I will solve this. I will close this. Then I have, you see, 5 points that I can use to improve, I don't know, teaching, let me say. Okay, so 5 points are required. Again, these are 2, 4. Okay, actually, these are 5. And with these 2 points, actually, I cannot do anything. Okay, but however, I've done this. And I have delayed this and this.
Yep.
And then I have improved teaching. I have delayed this. This is moving here. Coaching and mentoring. Okay, so this is turning, and this is the situation. 1. Oops.
Looking a bit healthier now. Now we're trained up.
Oh, we can double the level of mentoring.
So that's 4 points.
So what I want to do here is that I really would like to remove this one. So we have 4 points here. Yes.
Yeah.
And then 4, 5, 6, 8.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So I can also close this one. Or maybe I can keep this, because actually this has an impact, but not in the next round, but as an, because this is rotated for 180 degrees and not 90 degrees. So maybe what I can do is that I can use these two cards for mentoring, so I can improve mentoring.
Yeah.
Okay, and so I can keep this. So this will move here, facilitating. This will be delayed. This will be solved. Mentoring will move to the next level. Okay.
Yeah.
So let's age this
Looking
one.
much healthier now, isn't it?
Yeah, because actually this is exactly the point. Increasing your knowledge, increasing your skills make you stronger.
Yeah.
And also the fact that actually the weaknesses passing the time can be solved, let me say, automatically because of your skills. This will help you and gives you more capacity to solve. Oh, but I'm not worried about that. You see, level 2 of coaching, and we have it. Very likely, most of them will be solved. This is level 3 of teaching, and we have it. This is level 3 of mentoring, and we have it. This is level 3 of coaching, and we have it. So what we can do is that we can invest 3 points here to solve this. And then we can invest 5 points. Let me move in this way. 5 points here to improve facilitating.
Yeah.
Okay?
Yeah.
And so actually facilitating, and this is, I mean, now that you will win the game now.
Yeah.
Okay, because you have a lot of capacity.
I'm glad it's me that's going to win the game because I've done all this hard work.
Okay, now let's see. We have 2 cards here. We have cards in delayed, so we need to
put 4 back.
Exactly. Oops. Let's mix them. Okay. Then we have this one. Okay.
So it should only be 3 more rounds then. Undone.
I don't know how many rounds, because in a certain moment it could happen that you will start, let me say, cycling, because you continue to have cards in delay. So here now, what you have to do is that now that you have capacity, you have to play the game to reduce or eventually avoid to delay stuff.
Yeah.
So now it's a completely new, different strategy.
All right. Okay.
Okay. Oops. Okay. Okay. We have this one, close opportunity. So we have this one. You increase your capacity. So actually you can use this card to close this one. And then you have 3 impact points more. So I mean, you see, you can do everything.
Yeah.
So this is all done.
Yeah.
Okay. This is all done. This is so. Okay. Okay. So now it's good.
Yeah.
This is exactly what you have to do. I mean, now you have capacity and you have to distribute your effort so that you are in the position. This is, oops. All the weaknesses will be solved because all the weaknesses are related to skills and we are at the top of each of the skills. Okay, this is 5 points. Another card in progress with cost of 3 or lower. So I'm using this 3, 6, and I can close also this one. And then I can use this 6 to close this one. So I'm closing everything. Yes. 1, 2, 3, and 4. And now we have 7 cards in the backlog. Okay, this. Oof. Okay, let's see. This is tricky. This is tricky.
Okay.
I'll tell you why this is tricky. Because the total capacity required here is 16 points.
Yeah.
Okay. And you use the ability of another opportunity. for free another card in progress with a cost of 3 or lower. So actually, these
so spend 5 on
points,
that. Yeah.
yes, and I can close this one
Yeah.
also.
Yeah.
Or this one. Okay, this is not really helpful because we have nothing in delay. Okay, so we decide to close this one. Now we have 6 points. And what we can do is that we can invest 6 points here, and then we can use the ability of another opportunity. And I want to use this opportunity here that can give the facility, you see, you can close another card in progress. And actually, so we can close this one.
Okay.
Makes sense?
Yeah.
So we have closed everything. So you see, it's a completely different approach now. You have to think about how to use the effect or what else. So good. We have 3 cards now. Very likely the last round. Let's see. Okay, yes, I would say yes, because here we need 9 points and we have 12. So let's close in this way. Doesn't matter. And we have done. So we won the game.
Excellent.
So,
yeah,
any questions? Any curiosity?
Yeah, that's really cool. I was a little bit confused to start off with about the delaying, but it made a lot of sense in the end that what you were doing is you were taking your positive cards back into the thing, but you were getting points for them. That temporary points thing confused me slightly, but yeah, it's completely clear now.
Yeah, actually, the idea of delay the card was coming after the first round of tests. We had 3 rounds of tests, as I told you. And the idea of the delay is because as a coach, it happens to me also, unfortunately, that you are in the condition where actually you cannot solve a problem, okay? And you decide to delay the problem because this is not impacting your activity in short term.
Okay?
And so it's true that you are delaying some weaknesses and you are delaying some intervention, let me say some opportunities, okay? Because you decide that today it's not, I mean, this moment is not the right moment to make a workshop on leadership, okay? Really focus on leadership. So you decide to delay, okay? And so this is, I mean, it's very realistic, delay.
It is.
It's also interesting the fact that if this is a threat, you cannot delay the work because the threat is something that is impacting every day, every moment. So it's always there. So actually it's limiting your capacity, and that's why it's occupying your work in progress.
Yeah, that's really, really realistic mechanic, isn't it?
Yeah.
Because it's blocking everything else. It's stopping you from getting work done.
Yeah. And also, I mean, there is another condition where actually you can lose the game. That is when some of the effects of a thread cannot be solved. So, for example, as a thread, you can increase the whip, or you have to move the cards in done back in delay or whatever. So maybe you are in the condition that you have not 3 cards in done, or you have not slot in progress. So you can lose also the game if you cannot, let me say, stand the effect of a thread when it's aging. Okay, so these are the 3 conditions where actually you can lose the game.
So what is it? Is it unusual to win, or?
No, I would say that it's unusual to lose.
Okay.
But you see, it's what I think it's really realistic is when you start working with a team in the transformation, the beginning of the transformation, everything is hard. Then when the time passes,
it was looking really iffy at the beginning. It was looking like we were going to lose.
We were very close to lose in a couple of situations
because we were inexperienced. We didn't have
this is
any
exactly
skills.
the meaning of losing. I mean, you are increasing your work in progress because there are so many problems that are happening that at a certain moment you are overwhelmed by the problems, and you have to give up.
Yeah.
Or maybe the problem is creating situation that actually let you fail, or maybe you are not delivering anything in done. And so actually, I mean, what is the point if everything is stuck at it? Your work as a transformer, as a coach, cannot produce anything. Okay, so it's not a good scenario where to work.
So where can people get to play this? Where can they get to look at it?
Well, there is a website, the Agile Game Factory website, where you can find all the informations about all the games and this one. And also you can find a link where you can download it.
Cool.
You can also see the story of the testing, by the way, in the Agile Game Factory website. So because every time I have released a new version, I have added a description of the change that we made comparing the previous version. So this could be also interesting. Keep in mind that, as I said before, I really would like to keep the connection with the players of my game. So when you download your game, actually you will be updated of every new release of the game, a new version. For example, today I have received some request of clarifications that actually suggested to improve the manual, the rule book of the game. So I'm going to work and then I will release a new version of the rule book. And so when you download the game, you will be notified that there will be a new version of the note and then what else.
Excellent. Cool. All right.
Okay.
So, yeah, brilliant.
And in the close future, let me say, I will add 2 more eyes to the material, because my idea is to register what we have done today, actually. So the description of the card, a session of the card, and how to set up the game at the beginning. So 3 videos will be available from the Agile Game Factory YouTube channel. And also, I want to make a Pechakucha. I don't know if you ever heard the word Pechakucha. Pechakucha is a presentation in a particular format. So 20
is that
slides,
the 20 slides?
20 slides of
20 seconds. Yeah.
Pechakucha introducing the game. So actually you have a 5 minutes, 6 minutes introduction of the game that you can watch in YouTube, but you can also have a PowerPoint with the information. So if you want to introduce the game to your team before playing the game, you can use this material. And
excellent.
Also, by the way, it's already available, a facilitator guide. And as all of my games, I prepare the game, I write the rule books and what else. But just because my games are serious game, I always add a facilitator guide that suggests, gives you idea and explain the mechanic or the dynamic of the game, or can use the game to coach the team, explaining the situation or explaining possible behaviors and what else. So also a facilitator guide is available.
Excellent. Brilliant. Well, thank you very, very much, Corrado, for coming and showing us this. It's really, really good. And yeah,
thank you for the opportunity to introduce you the game and to all the people that will watch the video.
Cool. Thank you.